think there's still, stigma around mental health, especially in the African American community. We have come a long way and we're getting there, but there's still so much stigma in our communities about mental health.
Yeah.
We grew up with it. But I know I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and my parents, if they were living, would be like in their 80s, late 70s, but they sort of pushed it under the rug as if, oh, that's, I don't know if it was just a lack of education on it, but it was almost like, well, that's just how so and so is, But then, the more
Mhm.
educated we are this day and time, we realize, oh, Aunt Susie, actually suffered from severe anxiety or, major depressive disorder or something like that. So, in our communities, it was just, I think, a lack of education. But we still, again, are evolving around this stigma thing in our communities, I think.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I also believe that just many people suffer in silence because of fear. Whether that's the fear of judgment, whether it's the fear of being misunderstood, or just the fear that I need to acknowledge that something is going on or whatever that I'm feeling. I think a lot. I think as Ms. Johnson said, that a number of generations, we were just taught to be strong and push through. Keep your struggles private. What goes on in the house stays in the house. But unfortunately, that mindset has it can prevent people from getting the support that they need. And so, for me, I think just the reality that mental health challenges don't discriminate. They go across color lines. They go across socioeconomic lines. And so I think that, people are just affected from every background, from every profession, even in every stage of life. Because I think I heard you say earlier before we got on, talking about children and adults as well, elderly, our elderly as well. So it crosses all stages of life. And so normalizing the conversation like we're doing tonight about mental wellness, I think, will help create this space of healing instead of just hiding things.
Mhm.
Yes.
I have to echo on that. I feel like a lot of people don't want the label that's often associated with mental health disorders.
Hmm.
And also, there is the fear of the unknown.
Hmm.
They don't know what the treatment options look like. They don't know,
Mhm.
they don't want to lay on a couch, or, there's so many negative perceptions that's seen on TV and social media that people are just fearful of the outcomes. They think they're going to get committed.
Yeah.
There's so many things associated with it.